Hello, critter protectors. Mr. Jim here, and welcome to Kids Animal Stories, a place where there's always a mystery and adventure around every single corner. If you love critters of all shapes and sizes, I need you on our Critter Protector team. Join our adventure as we learn about critters from around the world and in our backyards. Well, my friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too! Let's go! Today's story is a mystery adventure, which means you're gonna have to listen very closely to all the clues. I'm not gonna tell you what critter this story is about. It's gonna be up to you to use your detective skills, your critter protector brains, to try and solve this mystery. Who is Walter? Wiggle, tap, tap, poof. Wiggle, tap, tap, boom, oh, ow. Walter had just left his house and was headed out on his very first day of work, through some very narrow tunnels in the dirt. This was going to be his very first time doing this all on his own. You see, he had been born in some very beautiful soil that was, oh so very delicious. But every now and then it needed some fresh, old, rotten foods to mix into the dirt.
Oh boy, I bet there's gonna be something perfect up in the pen. Those pigs always leave the best rotten stuff, scraps. Oh, I can't wait,
said Walter. Walter lived underneath a very beautiful farm, full of all kinds of different animals. Horses, cows, chickens, and pigs. He liked the pigs the best because they made the biggest of messes and the most delicious of things for Walter to snack on. And an important part of being a critter like Walter is knowing how to turn old icky foods like banana peels, apple cores, and rotten corn into composted dirt. It was a very special critter skill. Come to think of it, I don't think I know how to do that. Do you know how to turn a rotten apple into dirt? Yeah, I definitely don't know how to do that. As Walter poked his head out in the pig pen, he saw something perfectly delicious.
Old orange peels? Oh wow, the nice juicy rotten ones, those are my favorite.
Walter had hit the gold mine, and during this first day of work, he would need to pull a whole bunch of these different pieces of food, like rotten orange peels, down into the dirt and start gobbling it up and helping it compost into the dirt. By mixing this old food into the dirt, it would make the dirt a lot more nutritious for Walter to eat. Hold on a second. Have you figured out what kind of critter Walter is? It's very confusing. I can't think of many critters that actually eat dirt. Do you? Let's keep listening. Well, after a very long day of hard work, it was time for Walter to head home. He crawled down into the tunnel that he first entered and went deep, deep, deep down in the dirt.
Oh dear. Which way was it? Was it right or left? Up or down? Oh dear. I just can't remember.
Walter had been searching high and low for the right path to make it back home for the night, but things are not going well for him.
I should have left some clues or something, or a map. I don't know. Maybe I'd be home already.
Walter had been slowly building up his appetite the past year, eating as much dirt as he could. Today, he finally finished his first day at work. The day went well, but he was not sure what to do now. He remembered his father telling stories about going to work each day. He was just a little guy back then, but the stories were so exciting. Once, his dad said an entire banana peel was left for him and just a few buddies to work on. Oh, that's humongous. They managed to complete the project in a week, flat. Only 7 days. He also had heard a lot of stories about unfortunate cleanup days. You know, being decomposers. there was always something to take care of, even if it was a pretty gross project. Everything seemed so doable when his dad told stories, and as a kid, Walter felt like he'd be invincible once he started working, but never did he think the hard part would just be getting back home. You know, sometimes when you're faced with a problem, like Walter is right now, it might seem easier to just give up, or to not even think about it anymore. I know I've done this before, but do you think Walter should just give up right now? Oh yeah, me neither. Well, time was ticking away, and Walter really needed to do more than just reminisce and daydream all the stories that he had heard from his parents.
All right, I gotta try something different, something new. Instead of going left and right and in circles, we're going up to the top.
As he crawled his way through the tunnels, up, he paused and sensed some light above him and continued digging upwards. Another very interesting clue about this mystery critter is that he doesn't have any eyeballs. He can't see. But they are able to sense and follow the direction of light. As he poked his head out from the ground to take a look around,
Hey!
a voice shouted.
What do you think you're doing?
Alice the ant was just sitting down to dinner with her family, and all 100 of them were stretched down as far as the eye could see. Wow, they have very big dinner tables.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get home and I got turned around.
Walter was so flustered and was just hoping he could figure out how to go back down.
Well, you definitely are turned around. We'd all appreciate it if you head back to where you came from and take your slimy ooze with you. Goodbye now.
Alice the ant waved her antennas. She wasn't what you'd call a very friendly neighbor. Walter was just happy to get out of there. As Walter sat in the same spot, down now in the lower tunnel, he tried to think of another way he could figure out of where to head, or at least where he actually got turned around in the first place.
Now let's see. I started right at the base of the compost with all the other new recruits, and that's where I went. At the end of the day, I turned left, found my way down to the lower level, tunnel, slithered along, stopped at the water pump, and wait a second. That's it!
Walter had figured out where he went wrong. What do you think Walter figured out? Do you think he's gonna go back to that water pump and head a different direction? Maybe move to a higher level? Well, friends, I'm not sure, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens on the next episode of Kids Animal Stories. Hey, great job. You listened all the way to the end, and have you figured out this mystery critter? Remember that ant? She said something about slimy ooze. What kind of critter has slimy ooze on them and can't see, eats dirt, and oh dear, this is very confusing. I haven't quite figured it out yet. You should probably keep thinking, and I will see you on our next adventure. Bye!